Namaste, yogis, and welcome to the jungle. I wish you all the very best, and I do hope every now and then you're able to take your own practice to the great outdoors. It's the new moon, and so therefore we'll spend time focusing on our sankalp. Our study subject for this week is Ayurveda, which we'll discuss when we have our campfire live. So we've got two interesting things coming up. We've got a 21-minute meditation that I've designed that we'll introduce at the campfire, the live on Saturday morning, and the talk on Ayurveda. And we have another surprise. There's a musician from the group who's going to be playing. We're going to have a great time, all of us. Bring your hands into Namaste, and we start with the invocation. Atha yoga anushasanam yogaschitta vritti nirodha. Be aware of your sankalp. What is it that I really want to accomplish? Specifically. Inhale. Now, one of the things that I want you to focus on is the breathing. So do this, inhale internally chanting so, and let the breath go down the spine to the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, the pelvic floor contracts, the stomach goes in, and the breath comes out. So let's try that again. So breathe in, and internally chanting so. You'll see how the spine beautifully aligns. Breathe out. This is the breathing that you want throughout the class. Breathe in to the pelvic floor. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beginning to twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Kapalbhati Kriya. Other side. Both nostrils together, 100 in Bastrika. Active inhale, active exhale. All the way to the pelvic floor. Breathe out. shoulders. So the whole class is dependent on this breathing, is based on this breathing. Without the breath awareness, so you're breathing in, breathing out to the pelvic floor, down the spine and up as you exhale up the spine, and you're chanting Soham. Without that, you're just doing some gymnastic movements, right? The mindfulness, the focus that we aspire to comes with Soham and breath. Trying to open out the spine now. On all fours. Parvat, playing with legs. For a lot of us, the hamstrings will be stiff, so hamstrings, calves. And inner thigh. Agnisar Kriya. Breathe in. Side lateral flexion. Getting blessings from the trees. Back extension. Let's contract the glutes slightly. And back flexion. Run your hands down the hamstrings, just letting them open. There has to be a micro bend in the knee. Now pull in the stomach. Just hang loose, breathe in all the way to the base of the spine. Breathe out, up the spine and out of the nostril. Change. Legs are just a bit wider. Contract the glutes. It's all beautiful hamstring work. And now this stretch. Micro bend in the knee. Engage your thighs, pull in the stomach. If you can, dropping further. That stretch, stretching the hip flexor. Change. Stretching the thigh. Change. Om Suryaya Namaha. Taking a deep breath. Om Suryaya Namaha. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just ensure that your Soham chanting is going, your breathing is fine. Inhale, Urdhva Mukh. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, just standing in Tadasana. Today, we're going to focus on the standing. Get the feet firm on the ground. Pada, Bandha. To get energy, start to get energy coming up. You should feel that you're drawing energy from the earth. For that to happen, you will find that you're rooting into the ground. You'll find that your thighs have engaged, your glutes have engaged, your lower back core is engaged. And because you're rooting into the ground's pushing you back up and your spine is lengthened. With the hands by the sides, let's do the breathing for a minute. The same breathing that we've trained. To the pelvic floor. Exhale. Out of the nostril. And again. To the pelvic floor. Exhale. Continue. Exhale. Feet are rooted, thighs are engaged. The foot, the four points, 2 front, 2 back, firmly in. If somebody were to shake you, push you, you should be grounded. With that, the right foot stays grounded, the left leg comes up. Vrikshasana. Have a smile on the face. You're doing your practices, but there should be a certain playfulness to your entire practice, your entire approach to life. And from there, let's move into Virabhadra 3. Ground your right. Beautiful posture because now all the weight is on that. There's a micro bend in the knee. Stretch the spine. It's a posture that I like very much. Parivrata Ardha Chandrasana. So you get a nice twist and a beautiful hamstring stretch. Great work in terms of balance. Hips are opening. And Parivrata also. And now Ardha Chandrasana. Open up the hip now, so the left kneecap faces the side. Get the energy up through the foot and up. Let's change legs. chest in. And from there, Virabhadra 3. Parivritta Ardha Chandra. What I like about the balance poses is that if you lose your focus, Ardha Chandra, even for a moment, some random thought passes through your mind, you get a wobble. And just by reducing that wobble, you come into a state of focus. As I've spoken to all of you over the weeks, the one thing I realize is that you want focus, right? That's why balance. Uttita Padangushtanasana. From there, just expressing body and mind into dancing Natraj. And let's do the sidewards there. I'm recording this in the evening today. I recorded the entire thing in the morning, and for some reason it didn't get saved. After finishing nearly 80 minutes of recording, none of it got saved, so I'm doing it for the second time today. Beautiful. Let's begin with Utkat Asana. When I say begin, now we're holding the 2-minute holds. And as you're holding this posture, just ensure that your feet are really firm in the ground. You're drawing up energy. As you breathe in, root down to the base of the spine. As you breathe out, out through the spine. So the Soham is very important, and spinal work is critical. Now, just ensure that you're almost parallel to the floor and you're holding that posture. I'm not going to do every posture with you. As I said, I did it in the morning. I'm not going to do every posture with you, but I'm going to use this week's Abhyasa class that I'm recording to give you feedback on other things. Ensure that your core is engaged and you're going so hum. I've done away with the alarm bell ringing. I have a clock to watch. I think that was distracting some of you. I've done away with that. Beautiful. Change coming up. Now we work on the lower back. So lie down on your stomach. Bend your knees. Dhanur Asana. And just try to go a little higher. See to it that you're engaging your thighs. You're pushing back with your thighs. So your torso comes up a bit more. One more breath. Lovely. Exhale. Sarp Asana and Shalabhasana. So interlock your hands, upper back, and then take the legs up. So this is very important. This is a beautiful lower back strengthening exercise. Go a little more. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And come down. Shalabhasana. Just ensure that you're pushing with the balls of your feet. So first get your hand position here, interlock or fist, chin on the floor. So when you push up, engage the balls of the feet and push through. And 2 more breaths, just push through with the balls of the feet and engage your thighs. 1 more breath. Change. Just lying down there with the forehead on the backs of the palms. And turn around. Setubandhasana. So just come up, interlock your hands, raise your hips up, and then put your palms flat. And now, without moving your knees, just try and see to it, without moving your feet, try and see that the knees are coming closer, in the sense that without moving, engaging the inner thighs and the lower back. And those who are comfortable, from there we go on to Chakrasana. If not, stay in Setubandh. And if you're going up to Chakrasana, same work. Engage your thigh. See to it that they're moving towards each other. Lower back engages and just stay there. Looking at a point. Breathing in and out deeply, deeply. Chakrasana is very beautiful because of the stimulation on the nervous system. It's very good for an emotional release. Also very good to stimulate the nervous system. If you give it enough time and you just focus there, suddenly you'll find that you're quite... the beauty of the posture is that every muscle and the bones, the joints are all engaged. So you'll find that you've become still there and you're no more so body-centric. You'll find a deep sense of liberation in Chakrasana. 2 more breaths. And come back down. Press your knees to your chest. Now for the next 8 minutes, we're going to work on the core. Come out. On the glutes, stretch with the balls of the feet and just stay there. Looking at a point, stay. See that your knees are straight. If you need, your knee can bend a little or you can put your elbows on. Try and keep it straight. 1 minute at this height. I teach at a lot of teacher training courses, and even these students are struggling through the core work. They cannot hold for 8 minutes. If you're coming closer and closer to 8 minutes, hats off to you. That's excellent work. We will need this excellent work so that we develop the strength to be able to sit. I dream of the day that we can all be sitting long meditation in nice one of those Himalayan peaks. We can sit for long and long and long. In the same posture, bring your legs lower and stay there. So now you come lower. Now the work starts. Look at a point. Breathe in. All the way to the base of the spine. Breathe out. Pulling up the pelvic floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. In your mind, you can count by focusing on the little left finger, then the little right finger, ring finger left, ring finger right, like that. I must say this seems very different for me because normally I do everything. I want to be connected in sweat and spirit. I thought one day I should not do all the asanas with you to see if I can add more value just by giving instructions. Move to Kati Naukasana. Again, push with the balls of the feet, look at a point, engage the core, engage the side, engage the thighs, breathing in and out. When you breathe out, pull in the core, pull in the pelvic area, the pelvic floor. Go a little lower with your upper body and your legs. Other side. Turn to the other side. So you've done a minute here, do another minute here. So it's 4 minutes of Naukasana designed like this. So breathing in and out. Just don't give up. Every day that you get better, the neural connections in the brain are getting strong. So that's why I keep saying, please do it every day. Because the neural connections in the brain, if you skip a day, again you have to come back to the same. You again have to challenge yourself. If you do 4 minutes of Naukasana today, tomorrow it gets easier, day after it gets easier. Or if you're at 3:30 today, you can go to 3:40 tomorrow. But if you skip a day, then again you're starting at 3:20. Very important. Deep breathing. Hardly 1 or 2 breaths and we'll be done. Change. Come back down. And now, let's go here. Chaturang. So grip the mat with your fingers as if you're trying to pull the mat back. On the balls of the feet, push the heels back. Bend the elbow. Pull the core in and stay here. So see to it that you feel as if the heels are pushing back against a wall. See that the head is elongating forwards. The tailbone, the end of the spine is going backwards. The thighs have engaged by pulling the kneecaps up towards the hips in that direction. Lower back engages, please. Don't let it dip too much. Pull in the abs. Keep pulling in the abs. Breathing in and out, in and out. It's the 5th minute of core work. By now you're completely focused. And push up into Santolanasana, staying there. Santolan should be easy for you now. Do the same things, push the heels back, push the head forward, push the tailbone back, reduce the dip of the lower spine, pull in the core, pull in the abs, breathing in and out. Superb, superb. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. This resilience is what you're training. Focus. Keep a smile on the face, relaxed body language in the face. The rest of the body is working. See that your lower back doesn't dip too much by pulling in the navel. And just take your legs further back so that you can now drop your elbows down. Pull in the abs, Keep the hip up. See that the kneecaps are being drawn up towards the hips. You can close your eyes. You have to manage your mind. Your body will find a way to do it. If you need, you can say a prayer. Just keep your mind engaged in a positive way. You can say a prayer, whatever you do when you're highly stressed and you want to slow down the mind. Breathing in and out. Very, very well, very well. This is hard work. This is what you've signed up for. Train the focus. Just a minute to go. Last 1 minute of go. Find these reserves of willpower. The next time you have a challenging situation at work, at home, anywhere, it's this willpower that will see you through. About half a minute to go. Keep pulling in your abs, training the body. That's it. Done. Wonderful. Okay. Next up, Mayurasana. So what you'll do now is bring your hands to face you so that the pinkies touch each other, the wrists touch each other, as if you're gripping your mat. Then bring the elbows to touch each other and bring the elbows to the navel. Head down. Now feel that you're pushing your heels back, engaging your thighs, and the body weight is moving forwards. And just stay there. This is a challenging pose for a lot of us, and I've chosen it so that we have something to work with daily. By the end of the year, let's see if we can take up one leg, both the legs, slowly. Lovely, change. Now, put your hands like this for Bakasana. There are three things that you need to do in Bakasana. One, the knees should lock and push against the shoulders. 2, the heels should go up towards the glutes. 3, the anal pelvic floor should be drawn up, Mulband. So 1, knees lock on the shoulders. 2, heels up to the glutes. 3, pelvic floor goes up. And just stay there, breathing in and out. Give me 2 more breaths there, more than enough. Well done, 1 more. Little higher, little more, heels up, pelvic floor up, push up and back, down. Beautiful. Now, put your hands here, turn the body so that your right knee is on the left tricep, left shoulder, and the right hip is on the right elbow, and then lift your legs up. Get the balance right. Pull in the pelvic floor again, engage the thighs, breathe in. Just give me 2 more breaths. 1 more. And change. Okay, let's try the other side. I'm very excited. In 10 days, I'll be watching all of you do these positions when we go live next week in our campfire. I'm curious to see how all of you are doing, especially in this posture. One more breath there. change. Excellent. Come back. Superb. Let's get into headstand. Before we do that, just relax the wrists. See that the crown of the head is touching. If you're doing it against the wall, do it on a corner where the walls meet. Place your head on the floor. Walk. When you cannot walk anymore, bring the knees to the chest. And then start to go up. And stay there. Slow breathing. Breathing in and out. See to it that the balls of the feet are pushing you up. When I say balls of the feet, yeah, just please understand that. Push up. Engage the inner thighs. Keep pushing up. No strain on the head. The forearms, shoulders that are engaged. Take 3 more breaths. You can do so many postures in headstand, but essentially we are training focus. Therefore, you're in posture, just stay there. See what your mind is up to. And slowly come back. Very nice. Stretch in Sharanagat Mudra, stretch the back. And now, take a blanket or like a folded cushion. So when you go up, you got to ensure that your shoulders are on the cushion, whereas your head is on the floor. This will ensure that you don't have to touch your chin to the chest when you go up finally. It reduces the angle, makes it safer in Sarvangasana. So once you're in the posture, push the balls of the feet up and stay there. Slow breathing. So push up with the balls of the feet, engage the inner thighs. Because of what's happening in the neck area, the vagus nerve gets stimulated, or rather the vagus nerve ensures the parasympathetic stimulation of all the internal glands. The vagus means the wandering nerve, the 10th cranial nerve, has the biggest impact on us being relaxed through the day. It reduces the heart rate, it can reduce your breathing. So the entire vagus stimulation is very important. It's accomplished in Sarvangasana. As the ducks at the back seem to accept what I'm saying. Go into Halasana. Take your feet down at the back, touching the floor at the back. Those who cannot touch the floor, keep holding the hips. Two more breaths. Fantastic. Coming out of it. And once you come out of it, come onto your elbows like this. You've locked the throat, now you've got to open it out here. Change. Wonderful. Okay, time to work on the hips. I'd suggest sitting on a small cushion like this, just a folded mat. Sit on the edge of the cushion so that you can open out the glutes. Now, we are beginning with this posture, which we call like a fire log. Yeah. So you've got your calf perpendicular to your thigh. Now, breathe in and slowly start to drop down. See to it that, so when you do that, you'll find that your spine is sort of straight. You're not hunched at the lower back. You can pull your toes inward slightly so that the ankle is safer. And now just drop down. is a very important posture to open out the hips. And just stay there, just melting your heart so that your heart is coming down, your chest is coming down to the legs. Deep breathing. Because we have only 50 minutes to work on the body, we have to be very choosy with which asanas we take. I'm constantly trying to refine and find the most effective hip exercise, hip opener. If I find a better one, I will replace. But I won't replace just for variety's sake. I need one hip opener, is all the time we have for. Let it be the most effective. Come back. I believe this is the most effective. Once we are warmed up, starting to drop down, go as low as you can. Breathing in and out. Slow breathing. In subsequent campfires, what we'll end up doing is I'll ask you one day to do 108 Surya Namaskars before we come on for campfire, and then we'll do specific drills just to open the hips. Another week we'll do specific drills just to open the back and the shoulders. So like that, we'll add a lot of value in the areas that we want to keep improving. So that's why campfire is very, very essential. And keep stretching in the posture. It's very essential because you have to have a regular daily practice so the neural connections form, you hit that peak state. But we've got to keep improving on a weekly basis. And for that, I want to sort of introduce these different campfire experiences where we do other stuff. This week is meditation, next week we watch you, and then from there we'll start to innovate. Breathing in and out. Very, very beautiful. Slowly change, come back. Now, stretch your legs out. Our last asana before Shavasana. See that you're sitting slightly on the cushion. So gravity will also help you there. And then just push the glutes back. So you're only on the edge, so that your spine stays straighter. The balls of the feet, we call this pointing, flexing. So this flointing. And from there, stretch. Flointed foot, looking forward, breathing in and out. Pull in the stomach. And just stay there. See to it that your lower back is more or less straight. It's not important. See, once you reach the edge, touching your head on the knee is not at all important. What is important here is that the hamstrings, back of the thighs, are getting a stretch. It's not for your back, it's for the legs, for the hamstrings. It's a very beautiful stretch. Little lower, just sinking your heart down. Almost getting your stomach to the thigh. Think of that. Don't think of head to the knee or head to the shin. Stomach to the thigh. Wow. One of the toughest asanas for an adult body, but a lot of you are able to do it very well. And change. Wonderful. It's such an intense stretch that it has a counter pose. So that was Paschimottan. This is Purvottan. The eastern side of my body, the front of my body in stretch. Lovely. Those of you who can't get that full stretch can do it with the knee bent. And now lie down in Shavasana. Well earned Shavasana. Bring your right knee to your chest. Right foot to the left knee. And now twist the spine. Please don't lose your focus. My biggest fear is in these relaxed poses you lose focus. So stay with your breathing, soham. Change. The left knee to the chest. Twist. Lovely. And now, Shavasana. Just 5 breaths. Deep breaths, focused breaths, more than enough to relax. Inhale. All the way down to the base of spine. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 times. Beginning to now stretch your body. Turn to a side. Take a couple of deep breaths like when you wake up in the morning. Coming up. Okay. And sit. Take up Siddha Asana. Yeah. For those of you who are comfortable only in a cross-legged position, you can sit in Sukhasana. If you're sitting in Siddhasana, one leg is on the... Use a small cushion, just a small cushion, even if you're comfortable. It's good to have that so the spine stays straight. One leg's on the pelvic floor, other leg on top. Okay. Now that you're sitting like that, let's start with Anulom Vilom. So inhale through the left. Close the nostrils for double the time. Exhale through the right. Double the inhalation. So 1 is to 2 is to 2 ratio. Now close the nostrils and hold for double the inhalation. So 1 is to 2, hold 2, exhale 2, hold breath out. In right, so hold, out left, hum. Hold the breath out, close the nostrils. That's one round. Keep going, breathe in left, so. Close nostrils, hold breath in. Exhale. Close nostrils. In right. So, lock. Out left. Hum. Lock. Continuing on your own for 5 more minutes. told me how Vahya Kumbhak is very difficult for you, but keep doing it. If you need, keep a smile on the face. See that the eyebrows don't get knotted. Find ways to make the body feel relaxed. The mind interprets what the nervous system and what the body does. It gives you the story based on the feedback it receives from the nervous system. So this is very important to understand that the brain creates the story based on what's happening, based on what it reads. Relax. Fundamental, very important, to understand the body-mind connect. We get into next, Mahabandh. Breathe in, blow out. Draw in the anal space, draw in the stomach, touch the chin on the chest. Release. 2 more times. Release. Once more. Release. Take up 7 Om chants. Take in a deep breath. Inhale through the nose, down the spine to the pelvic floor. See how your lower back stabilizes, lower spine. Exhale, pull up the pelvic floor as the stomach goes in. Awareness through the spine, out through the nose. Breathe in, so. To the pelvic floor. Hum. Out of the nose. So. Hum. So. Hum. 5 more breaths, really slow. Let's do 6 breaths in a minute. Or slower. Just sitting still, the hands in Dhyana Mudra, index and thumb touch, the tongue in Kechri Nabo Mudra, upper palate touch, eyes above the eyebrow center, Shambhavi Mudra. Let's bring our awareness to the stillness of our spine, to the breathing, to the sounds we can hear, in the space of your heart. Bring to your awareness on this full moon day, new moon day, all that is causing suffering in your life. Acknowledging any suffering in your body, pain, in your relationships, in your heart, in your career, work in your head, in any aspect of your life. your fears, your suffering. In the yogic tradition, we look at suffering as being fundamental because we are unable to dissociate our body-mind from our pure self. Now, to acknowledge the suffering and to strive to improve as human. Be aware, we have just about 100 days to go to 2021. What a year 2020 has been, but it's time for us now to start an upward ascent from the well of our suffering up to the peaks of who we want to be. The body shows us that billions of cells are dying, are being killed by the body every day so that new can flourish. Our neural pathways are rewired every day. The question is not who am I? The question is who am I becoming? It is not my identity, but the fact that I'm an event that is more important. And who am I becoming through my practices, through my work, through my relationships, through my days, through the next 100 days, so that as I climb up the peak, every day is one step up. I meet myself on January 1st. Who is it that I would like to meet as myself on January 1st? As I commit to this journey from the well of my suffering, from all the pain that engulfs my day, even a small part of my day with me. It can be anything. And I commit to reaching, to make a journey to my promised land. For me, what is my promised land? Who, the me that I would like to meet on Jan 1st. And Jan 1st is not the end of the world. I will keep changing. But by Jan 1st, who is the me I would like to meet? Let's visualize this. And in the heart space, I bring my hands to Namaste to offer love unto myself and unto everyone, every being, and everything that shares this planet we call home. Kutumbam, we are family. Namaste. Namaste, yogis. I look forward to all of us reaching our first target that by the end of this year, health, well-being has happened to us. So that January 1st we begin a new journey as really not just healthy, vibrant people, so that we can start to explore what happens beyond dhyan, what is samadhi, and these questions that we keep away, but it's time to explore the ecstatic experience of life. For that, and by the end of this year, let's commit to be healthy and vibrant individuals. I look forward to seeing all of you on this Saturday's campfire. For some of you, the timings may be a bit awry. I request you, make the effort once a week. It's very important to connect. We may be doing this on our own, but it's very important to connect with the tribe. A lot of us have chosen this journey of yoga, meditation as part of our life. It's very important to connect to people who have a similar interest. We may find that there's a community being built here who can be lifelong friends, and it's important that we commit to those friendships. Thank you. See you on Saturday. Enjoy the new moon.